All right, so this is the second part of the video. So we actually need to now graph those items in our calculator and then find the points of intersection. All right, so let's graph those in our calculator. All right, so I'm going to go to my calculator. All right, and we're going to graph y equals the cube root of y, or sorry, y equals x cubed, right? So x cubed. All right, and then I'm going to graph the positive root x plus 2 and the negative root x plus 2. So square root of x plus 2, all right, and then the negative square root of x plus 2. All right, so I do that. All right, I get my graph here, of course, what we already expected, and now I need to know the intersection. So second trace intersect. All right, so now what you have to remember is when it says first curve, that's y1. All right, so the x cubed. All right, now I hit enter. Then it says second curve. So now, right now it says y2, which is the positive root x plus 2. So that's going to find this one on the upper right. All right, and so if I hit guess, we know it's like around 1, so I'm going to type in 1. Oh, that's not what I wanted, so let's go back to the graph. Second trace intersect, first curve, yes, second curve, yes. All right, and now I want approximately 1, and so it's going to give me 1.215 and 1.793. So 1.215 and 1.793, right? So that's that. Now we also do want to double check the value over here, all right? And so I get, let's see, second trace intersect number 5, all right? And so now what do I want? Well, I want the first curve is y cubed, yes. But now second curve is not y2. I want to press down, and I want the negative root x plus 2. So I hit enter on that, and now guess, well, okay, it's around -1, and so I type that in. And so it is actually -1, like we said earlier. All right, so now what do we need to do? All right, so now we need to go back over here and we need to say, okay, so then what are the limits of my integral? So if I'm integrating with respect to y, we're integrating from the lowest y value, which is -1, to the highest y value, which is 1.793. All right, and so now I want to be able to calculate this integral. So I'm going to go back to my calculator and I'm going to calculate that integral. And please, you should be doing this as well. All right, so I'm going to go to math number 9 and I get finint. All right, so remember, for me, I'm going to type in my function. So the cube root of y. Now I can use whatever variable I want. So I'm going to use x. So the cube root of x minus, and then I'm going to use parentheses, x squared minus 2, close parentheses on the x squared minus 2. All right, then comma x, that's like the dx, and then comma, the lower limit, -1, comma, the upper limit, 1.793, close parentheses on the integral. So I hit that, and it may take a while. Mine goes pretty fast because the processor on the computer is much faster than on your calculator. But anyway, once it is done, you should get 4.215. So 4.215. So please make sure that you can actually get that value as well.